Welcome everybody to another episode. I know you're excited. You're like, oh, another one, yes!
We've made it.
Well, it's like a limited edition. You go to the comic book store, you see that limited edition, you want it, you need it. That's how our videos are, right?
Yeah, there's variants of all of them. Yeah.
Well, welcome to another episode of Justin versus Justen. I'm Justin with an E.
And I'm Justin with an I.
So, we want to talk today about the wonderful world of Predator.
That's right.
So stay tuned in this episode to find out all about Predator.
I feel like I should clarify. I actually have two eyes.
You do. But I'm took me a while. It's a little late, you know.
So, yeah, we're talking about Predator today, an 80s movie starring the Arnold Schwarzenegger. So if you haven't seen it, then you're probably under the age of 30. So then there's Predator 2 with Danny Glover. And Predators, which came out more recently. Lawrence Fishburne, Adrian Brody, some other people. They're good. You know,
Predator, it's so much more than even these three movies. It spans into comic books of Batman versus Predator and
Alien versus Predator.
Yep. Well, that was a movie for a little bit.
There's an arcade game. Yeah. I think that was pretty cool. But
toys, action figures. It was
so much.
It's a great franchise.
Yeah.
And they're coming out with another one this year.
That's right. That's why it is relevant.
It is.
So, Predator is basically this alien species that comes to Earth and it hunts people. And it wants difficult game that it's hunting, so that it goes after, in the first one, a jungle commando unit.
Yeah. Let's talk about, because we were both kids when the first one came out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about how great this movie was, watching it as a kid.
I always felt like it was something I was not supposed to see, but I watched it with my dad, which was great. So I'm just sitting there, I'm like, this is awesome!
It was, and to be honest, I remember being, a young, 7-8-year-old kid watching this movie, and it was really suspenseful, because you're just like, what is going on? Because you can't see him.
Yeah, and even I knew that.
You just see this little shadow that kind of moves around.
It was one of those things that, you didn't usually see grown men afraid unless it was a horror movie, but I wasn't really watching horror movies back then. But to see the look on that guy's eye when he's just like, ah, and he's shooting this gun, and his eyes are bulging out, and he was scared as hell. Yeah. I'm like, wow, that's kind of effective on you. So, it really put me into the movie, I'd say.
It did. It was super suspenseful. Mm-hmm. The last part of the movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't have a line of dialogue in the last 30, 40 minutes of the movie.
Which really helps the movie.
It does. It builds the suspense up because there's just no talking. It's just him preparing to take on the Predator.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just such a great battle scene.
Yeah, and the Predator is an alien that has these futuristic weapons, but none weapon more effective than its sort of thermal camouflage that it has, where it appears to be invisible. It's 7 feet tall, and it's got these sort of blades that come out of it.
Kind of like Wolverine style, and
or X-23 from Logan, right? 2 blades, like the Shredder.
Yeah, kind of the Shredder Wolverine style thing. Yeah. And he's got the little laser cannon on the shoulder.
Yeah, up there. And it uses heat to see things, and it takes a while, but Arnold finally figures that out. So, but there's this. Are they mercenaries or the U.S. government? I'm not sure what they are.
I think it's like a ragtag team of mercenary military
guys.
Like
the Untouchables, or not the Untouchables, the Expendables.
Yeah, kind of.
Walking through the jungles of Colombia or Brazil or whatever, and they're there for a reason, doing something. I don't know that we never really know.
Well, aren't they there to take out some dictator guy?
No, that's what it was, some assassination.
Yeah.
But you've got even back then, these were the action stars. It was Carl Weathers.
Yep, Carl
played
Weathers.
Apollo Creed, in Rocky. Yep. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the up-and-coming action hero of the 80s.
Everybody loved Arnold in the 80s. You had Predators, you had Commando.
Yep.
Total Recall.
Yep. What else was in the 80s?
What else was
Conan.
there? Conan, yeah. Conan was a good one.
Hercules in New York.
I feel like there's another military movie I'm missing here that he was in.
I think that bridges into the 90s with True Lies, and then Last Action Hero, and those types of movies. But he did Sixth Day and Eraser too, but those were a little bit further down.
But he did some great movies in the 80s, and this was
Red Sonja. Red Sonja was one we're missing. Yeah.
But Running Man.
Oh yeah. Killian.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I say. I'm like, I know there's some more I watched as a kid. But yeah, he stars in this, along with, we have Jesse the Body Ventura.
That's
well.
right, yeah.
He's short in the movie. He doesn't have a long sequence of role. But
No.
He's in there briefly, and he does fantastic.
Another throwback from Running Man.
Yeah.
Or The Running Man, as it's called. But did you know that they actually had a bet on the set where they wanted to see, by measuring, whose biceps were bigger, Jesse the Body Ventura or Arnold Schwarzenegger?
I did not know this.
And did you know that Arnold got everybody to cheat to say that his were bigger?
Yeah.
That is a true story. So,
well, let's talk about the main thing that this movie brings. The classic line, "Get to the chopper!"
Absolutely. And there is a chopper.
that line right there, I don't think anybody knows what movie it's actually from. They just know that Arnold likes to scream, "Get to the chopper!"
I always, for the longest time, I thought that was from Commando.
Yeah, me too. And then I rewatched Commando, like, that's not even in this movie.
I'm like, damn it, right on, Chong.
He just rips a seat out of a car like nothing, but...
Then there was a Jesse Body Ventura sort of look-alike person in that, with like a mesh t-shirt. I'm like, this is so freaking...
his name's Bennett. Come on, Bennett, use the knife.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Kano. Yeah. I loved it, though. That was written by Jeff Loeb, who's a great comic writer, and he wrote Teen Wolf as well, which is freaking hilarious.
Come on, Bennett, use the knife.
That was cool.
That was a great movie.
But a lot of good characters in the movie. They had a Native American character named Billy.
Yep.
And apparently the actor they got for this was so unpredictably violent that they had to have a bodyguard so he didn't start fights with people on the set.
I did not know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, he was kind of cool too, because he's like, all right, I'm ready to fight this guy, and all I have is my knife. It's like, this is the blood of my people, and he's gonna like.
I mean, he seemed like that just on film though, because he's just all the time like this. There's something here.
Yeah, he struck me as like a souped up Billy Crudup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Predator, it's great. I know we had the talk of which Predator movie was your favorite.
Yeah,
and we'll get into your favorite here, because mine's the first one. I loved it. I loved the little last scene with Arnold. Then going into the second one with Danny Glover, that's your favorite.
Yeah,
actually.
Absolutely.
And I mean, that one has its good cast, its good storyline, but I still like the first one better.
Well, the cool thing about the first one is that how he actually takes out the Predator is he's lost pretty much most of his weapons.
Yeah.
They're gone. They've been blown up and all that. And, he figures out that he can hurt him and, by making sort of rudimentary weapons and things like giant logs that fall and spiked pits and sort of snare traps and things like that. And he gets really creative with it, which was really kind of cool. It fit into that whole Goonies vibe, with like making the booby traps, and all that. So that was kind of a great thing to see. It's like he's creatively doing it. He knows he can't take him on, so he had to change his tactics.
Yeah, but no, I mean, the second one, though, it had its good parts. I won't deny it. I mean, Danny Glover's... in the 80s, Danny Glover was great. Lethal Weapon and all that. That was great.
Well, he was like... Was it Murtaugh? Yeah. So he was in Lethal Weapon as Murtaugh, and, you see him as just kind of this aging guy. I'm getting too old.
Yeah, he still plays the same character in every movie, pretty much.
Well, he plays more of, like, the Dirty Harry version of Murtaugh, like early career Murtaugh, where he's getting out there. And this is my favorite Danny Glover role, and I like a lot of Danny Glover, but this is my favorite one. He's a badass, and he's out there, and he's fighting the Predator. Eventually, he gets a hold of the Predator's cutting disc, and he's like beating the crap out of him. And at the end of the movie, he actually earns the respect of the aliens after he gets on the ship, and then he pick up a xenomorph's head.
Yeah, that's my favorite part. Is he picks the xenomorph head on and puts it on as a shield.
I love how Bill Paxton's in the movie.
Yeah,
and he tells a great joke.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Yeah, friggin' Gary Busey. Well, Bill Paxton tells a joke. He's like, the doctor said I'm going to need a blood, semen, and stool sample. So I said, hey, can I just leave my underwear? Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, everybody says that. So.
But yeah, no, the second one, I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It had a good story. A little bit out there for me at times, but it was all right. When they're trying to catch him in the meat locker and all that kind of stuff. So they're trying to freeze him.
Well, that's the thing. They were a bit more informed in this one, and I just like the character dynamic where it's like this character that Danny Glover's playing is not an elite commando guy. He's a badass that gets on the roof and like takes out some Columbia drug lords and all that. But it's like, you know, all he had was like a Magnum. You know, he is not Dutch from the first movie whatsoever. But I mean, he proved it. He was a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
You know, just street smarts and. You know, and we get to see more of the Predator in this one, where you know you figure out that he's a silicon-based life form who's taken and trying to cauterize his.
Yeah, that was a good scene. It kind of humanized him almost.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It's like, oh, he's thinking too, and he's going to survive. So
yeah, in the bathroom scene, he's cauterizing. He screams, and everybody in the apartment building can hear him.
Yeah, it's gross.
That howl that he has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I think, in the second one, you definitely see Predator without his mask a lot more.
Yeah, he's got this kind of weird, like, these mandiblets that go like this.
Yeah, it's kind of like a spider mixed with I don't even know what.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I wouldn't even know what to describe it as.
Yeah.
Well, he's got dreadlocks.
Yeah, the dreadlocks and all that, and yeah, they're gross, but I mean, that's the thing you want to have in a horror villain. I mean, they've even taken Predator and put it into Mortal Kombat at this point. So you can play as the Predator in Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah. Well, Mortal Kombat, you can play as Jason and all that. That's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, and Freddy and all those guys that you want to play as. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But Predator, great franchise. I mean, if you haven't watched Predator, I think you got to go up there. If you watch Aliens and you haven't watched Predator, I mean, come on, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So
definitely. And then that last movie that they made, The Predators, it came out maybe a couple years ago.
Yeah, it did come out, I think, 2000 and something or another. I forget.
Yeah, I don't even. What year is it now?
It's true. It was 2018.
It was a twist on this where they actually kind of handpicked a bunch of soldiers that they wanted to hunt against. So they brought them to that kind of like this Hunger Games type of stadium or something like that, and let them just go in there. And Lawrence Fishburne's in it, and Adrian Brody. It's a pretty cool movie. I enjoyed it. It's a little bit short, I think. It's like 96 minutes or something like that. But I mean, it's a fun watch.
Yeah, I watched it once.
Yeah,
it wasn't. I don't know. For me, it wasn't the first two.
Yeah, it's not gonna knock your socks off.
Yeah, I put it in.
I've seen worse.
I put it in the same realm of like Aliens versus Predator. Like it's kind of like a guilty pleasure kind of Predator. Like it's not great. I'll watch it though because it's on.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that's on like a rain out day.
Yeah,
you know when you're trying to watch a ball game and then it's like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Alien versus Predator. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrible in all senses, but you watch it still and you're still entertained, so it does its point. Yeah. Movies are there to entertain you, so it does its point.
I always bring up Snakes on a Plane. It delivers both snakes on a plane.
It delivers everything
and
in
it's
the title.
A movie.
It does not disappoint.
Yeah, it tells you where to go. But just to take a minute to thank our sponsor, it's Dutch's Mud Pack Heat Sealing Underwear for the times that you can't get to the crapper.
Thought they discontinued it.
That was a total recall, I heard.
Hey-oo.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you want to hear us talk about some more stuff, especially Predator-related, because I'm sure we can go extra long about these.
I'm sure there'll be other episodes, I'm sure. Especially when the new one comes out this year, I'm sure we'll have another Predator recap.
Oh, yeah, that would be a great one.
So yeah, this is just us kind of touching base on it, but yeah, follow us, because I'm sure we'll have more fun Predator things come later in the year. I'm sure we will.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to talk about my favorite Predator death. That's a thing, right?
Sure.
Okay, well, you know. All right, until then, I'm Justin with an I.
I'm Justin with an E.
All right, thanks for watching, guys.
Now remember, hit the like and subscribe. Do it now. Get to the chopper. Get to the subscribe button. Do it.
I love it when he
hit the button now. See you later, guys.
Bye.